Welcome to day 3 of my Chicago Golf's Indoor Golf Challenge. Thank you again for joining me. In the first day, we covered pre-swing fundamentals. Yesterday in day 2, we talked about how the golf club needs to move through the ball to hit good golf shots. And today we're going to talk about how to develop a golf swing. We're going to talk about how our body needs to move in order to get the club to do good things. So I also want to share a slow motion video analysis of Jessica Korda. She has such a great fundamentally sound golf swing that I want to share with you. And then I want to give you some drills that you can do at home to help you develop a good golf swing. So let's go ahead and get started. So the concept for day 3 is how to build a golf swing. What I want to do today is give you a general overview of the golf swing, and then in future videos I'm going to go into more detail. So what we're going to notice with good golf swings, once we've established a good posture where our pelvis is pushed back and our arms are hanging down and we're balanced, in the golf swing what we're going to want to do is turn around our posture. What we want to avoid is having a change in our spine angle where we start to lift up. We want to avoid going down. We want to turn around our posture. A lot of times I ask people how tall they are. So if they're 6 feet, I like them to get into their golf posture, and we could say, okay, you're 5'10". Let's stay 5'10" as we make our backswing. We do not want to lose height or stand back up. So that's one idea of having a good golf swing. The next idea would be making sure that we have our arms and our shoulders move as a unit throughout the golf swing. We would call this connection between the arms and the body, the shoulders. So there's connection, there's width. Our golf swing is a big circle, okay? And our arms would be the radius of that circle, all right? And it's arm structure, so we want shoulders and arms to turn back together. We want them to stop together. And then when you come through, generally speaking, your arms are staying in front of your body. That's what helps us with consistency and contact and direction. The last piece that I want to help you out with when we're developing a golf swing, once we're turning around our posture, once we have some arm structure and connection, I want to help you learn how to use your hands in the golf swing. And so when we're going back, I want us to be able to do all these good things, turning back, connection, but we have to have a hinge in the wrist to create speed. And the hinge, I want it to be around 90 degrees. You don't have to overdo it, but I don't want it to go back like this where there's no hinge. So we gotta get that club to hinge so we can create some speed and power. And from this angle, when you look at the hinge, the club is pointed more or less towards where the ball would be. So if I'm setting up to this tee, I want us to be able to turn back, we're connected, we have the hinge, and from here, let's make a swoop, and we'll hit the tee. So let's look at some of these fundamentals that we just discussed with our swing model here, Jessica Korda. She's a great LPGA Tour player and has really one of the most fundamentally sound swings I've seen in a long time. And so what I'm doing here, the first concept we're talking about is turning around the posture. And so I'm drawing some standard lines, drawing the box around the body, circle around the head, and I'm also drawing some lines down her spine and legs. So this really clean posture here to dress. When we look at it and we're going back, and if we're looking at the back of her head over on the left-hand side, we'll go halfway. She's still in that posture. If we look at the right-hand side of the screen, she's still inside of that box in that circle. Then, as she goes up to the top, she is still in her basic posture over on the left-hand side. She's going to, notice over here too, there hasn't been a lot of movement. Laterally, there's been rotation. So she's turned. Her weight's right here on the inside of her right foot, but it's done through turning, not through sliding. as she follows through and makes this golf swing. Okay. Really clean impact position. And then if we look on the left-hand side again, she is still in her posture. So that is a hallmark of all good ball strikers, staying in the posture. The next idea that we had, we are making sure that we have some connection between our arms and our shoulders. So on the right-hand side, it almost looks like this triangle shape right here between her arms and her shoulders. You'll notice as she goes back, her shoulders, arms, and club have moved together. All right, and so here, the club is parallel to the ground, and she still has that structure, that triangle shape, which means her shoulders have turned close to 45 degrees right there. The club is parallel to the ground, and she's already turned 45 degrees. So by the time that she gets to left arm parallel, okay, she has almost 90 degrees of shoulder turn. And if we look at her left arm, she has a very straight left arm. I like something reasonably straight. I don't want you to fill with tension trying to keep it straight. But if you have a good grip and you're hinging, it should stay pretty darn straight. And then as we go up to the top, same straight left arm. Notice there's a little bit of bend in the right arm. Both arms can't be straight in the backswing. So as we come through, really nice impact position. Arms are staying right in front of her body. And then if we look in this frame right here, you will just see good extension with those arms. All right. And then the final piece is making sure that we're hinging and using the hands correctly. So when we go back, I want to go again to left arm parallel. All right. We will see what I commonly refer to as the L shape. That's a nice full 90-degree hinge. And then if we look at this swing here from the side view, okay, we're going to see if we drew a line right through the shaft that this golf club more or less is pointing towards that ball. So we have a hinge on plane, and then she's going to make a swoosh as she follows through. So really clean fundamentals here by Jessica Korda. So let me give you 3 drills to help you with those concepts that we've been talking about today. Let's first start with turning around our posture. What I want you to do, I want you to take one of your alignment sticks, and I want you to put it through your belt loops. So you gotta put some pants on that have some loops. And then I want you to take a club and put it right across your shoulders. When you do this, I want you to face the mirror. Let's have our feet shoulder width apart with some flare in our feet. And I want you to make eye contact with yourself. In these first ones, I want you to stand straight up and down, and then we will make a turn. And what the goal is to take this club that's across our shoulders and see if we could get to 90 degrees. What you're gonna notice when I do this, that my hips are gonna go half that roughly. They're gonna be around 45. So I'll do it from this angle. Here, we're going to 90 degrees. The reason for the sticks, we're able to measure our amount of rotation. A full swing is when we're making that 90-degree turn, and again, those hips will be at 45. Then what I want you to do, I want you to look at yourself in the side in the mirror, and this time I want you to get into your golf posture. So when you get into your golf posture, push your hips back, arms are hanging down with balance. Now, as we turn around our posture, we're gonna notice that there's gonna be some tilt right here in my shoulders. So I'm not turning completely flat like this. There's no tilt. In a golf posture, we want to have our left shoulder underneath our chin. We're staying in our posture. And then even as we come through, we still want to have a little bit of tilt right here. We don't want to have this good backswing and then come out of the shot and finish like this. So you can think to yourself as you're doing this, left shoulder underneath your chin, right shoulder. You'll also notice when I'm doing this, I'm staying right over this stick on the ground. So my head's not moving a lot. And that's where you can either look at the ground or make eye contact with yourself in the mirror and just see if you could do this. We're not gonna lose height. We're not gonna have the legs move a lot. That would be more than that 45 degrees. So a really simple drill to help you turn around your posture, all right? The next idea that we have, we want to make sure that we have structure in our arms. And so one of my favorite drills, it's my favorite because you don't need any training aids or any props. What I want you to do, I want you to hold out your left arm. I want you to make it straight. And then I want you to take your right hand and put it right in front of your left hand so it looks like this. We are making a triangle. Just flip this if you're a left-handed golfer. So straight left arm, soft right arm folds underneath. And then what we're gonna wanna do, I wanna see if we could go back so our hands go right past our pocket. And I wanna see if we could have that connection and that tilt. You're gonna keep that triangle. So we're trying to avoid something like this. We don't wanna lift it up together right here. And so you could actually make motions, go to left arm parallel right here, and then finish with your arm straight. And if you could keep that triangle shape through this bottom portion of the golf swing, that means that you have good structure in your arms and your shoulders are connected. The final drill that we're gonna have, we want to put our hands on the golf club and we're gonna wanna go back to that left arm parallel spot. There's a couple things that we wanna look for. From the side view, you wanna see that the shaft is more or less pointed, kind of towards the ball. And then from this front view, you wanna make sure that you have this nice full hinge. And so you can hinge, check, see what it looks like, ball, all right, 90 degrees, and then swoosh, boom, swing through. And you could go back, and I'm going back, and I'm hinging and checking, and then swoosh, swing through. So we'll go into more detail about the golf swing, but I want to give you those general concepts. Turn around the posture, have some connection between your arms and your shoulders, and let's also learn how to use the hands so we could hinge and swoosh. Keep practicing, guys, keep swinging, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.